Hi, it's me again with Corel Draw Tips and Tricks, and a young gentleman was saying that his cut order was way off, and I looked at it and it's really not very bad. The cut order is not bad. We'll hold down the tab key, see it jump from there to there, then it's jumping around a little bit, but then it gets started. And if you're only going to cut out one or two of these, this isn't too bad. But I started thinking, instead of, you could go into Dockers and Object Manager and move these around, but it would take you forever. So let's just redraw it. And I redrew this in about, he's got these locked, so we'll just keep them locked. They're not going to be in the way. And I started thinking it's going to take him a little while to redraw it, but really it doesn't. I measured his holes. Well, what I did, I just copied his holes. But I figured out the distance between the two with the parallel dimension tool, and they're 1/4 inch apart. And so I'm going to borrow one of these holes, and I'm going to get it over here off the page. And I've changed my nudge distance to 1/4 inch. So I'm going to Control D and move that over 1/4 inch. And you could do step and repeat, but in this case we're not going to, because this is just so much easier. By the time you get it all set up, you could have this done. And now my cut order will be pretty good. And if you were going to cut out hundreds of these, it would be beneficial to do one more step, but it's not really worth it if you're only going to cut out a few. So let's go Control G and make a group of that. Let's move these out of the way. And I am pretty proud of him. He's drawn it in the center of the page. It makes life a lot easier. But this circle is 6.25 or 6.5. We're going to make a circle that is 6.25. And I'll show you why in just a second. I'm going to hit P and put it in the center of the page. These are all grouped together, so I'm going to hit P and put it in the center of the page. I'm going to select them both, and I'm going to go back minus front or front minus back. You don't really ever know which one's which, but it worked. Now you see the reason I made them a little bit smaller is because this outside edge is catching some holes. Go up to Arrange, Break Curve Apart. Take that outside edge and delete it. Let's turn these to a red hairline. Let's group them back together. Press P. Bring in our 6.5 inch line and our outer ring. And I think I drew that in under a minute. And your cut order is going to be really good. Let's get rid of all these. Can't do that one. Let's look at our cut order. We're going to start right here. Got to go and ungroup it. Start right there, hit the tab key. And for the most part, it worked. A little bit off. But you could play with this and turn this around. At least your cut order is in right. It's not really jumping around too much. And if you wanted to look at it left to right, let's go 90 degrees. And now your cut order should go left to right. And that's the way your laser is going to cut it out. Now, like I said, and I'm going to do it, this is a little bit overkill unless you're going to do hundreds of these. If you will take every other line, and I've done a video on this before, grab, that's why you had it locked. Grab that other line, Control G and group them together and mirror it around. Grab that other line, Control G and mirror it around. Now let's look at the cut order. Well, I got to ungroup them. Now let's look at the cut order. It's going to go to the end of this line and then go up and then back over. It's saving the laser run time, big time. So if you did that for every other line, you'd be good to go. If you're not going to do but more than a couple, don't do it. But I just read now, it's not as perfect as his. He had, 4 right here and 4 right here, but I can't see how it's going to matter. And your cut order is going to be a lot better. If you draw them in order, it'll be a lot better. Anyway, I hope that helped a little bit. Thank you for watching.